If you've been walking through your house lately and thinking, this is a lot of house, and then not saying it out loud to anybody, this video is for you. I'm Debi Stoll. I've been selling real estate here in Bryan-College Station for 25 years, and I want to answer the 4 questions I get asked most by people your age, honestly including the parts that don't help me. Nothing in here is a pitch. Let's go. Everybody frames this as, am I ready to give up my home? And that's the wrong question. That question has no answer. You'll never wake up ready. Here's the better one. What does this house ask of me every week? Am I still willing to give it? Get specific. Who mows it? Who cleans the gutters? Who goes up on that ladder to change the smoke detector battery? How many stairs are between you and your bed? And how many times a day do you climb them? When was the last time you went in the upstairs bedrooms at all? And then the harder one, what happens if one of you has a bad fall next spring? Not because I want to scare you, because the people who decide on their own timeline get to pick. The people who wait for the event have it picked for them. Usually in about 10 days. Usually by their kids, usually from out of town. Now here's the part that costs me money to say. Aging in place is a real option, and sometimes it's the right one. A stair lift runs a few $1,000s. A walk-in shower conversion, a first floor laundry, wider doorways, you can make a lot of houses work for a lot longer than people think. If you love that house, and you love your neighbors, and you're 2 blocks from your church, there's a real argument for spending that money instead of moving. So run the numbers both directions. Get a quote to modify. Get an honest number on what the house would sell for. Then compare. Most people never get either number. They just worry about it for 3 years. Real quick, if any of this is hitting close to home, my number's on the screen and in the description. I'm not going to put you on a list or call you every week. I'll just answer the question. Okay, back to it. Almost everybody overshoots this, and it costs them. Try this. Walk your house on a normal Tuesday and count the rooms you actually stood in. For most couples, it's just 4. Bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and wherever the TV is. That's it. Everything else is storage and guilt. The big one is always the guest rooms. The grandkids come at Christmas. Okay, how many nights a year? If it's 6 nights, you are heating, cooling, insuring, and paying property taxes on that room for 359 nights, so it can be full for 6. There's a hotel 2 miles from wherever you land, and it is dramatically cheaper. What people actually need is usually 1,400 to 1,800 square feet, everything on 1 floor, 2 bedrooms with the second one doing double duty as an office, a real primary bathroom with a walk-in shower, and this is the one people forget until it's too late, enough garage. You've got tools and Christmas decorations and a lifetime of stuff, and a 1-car garage will make you miserable. 2 things I tell you not to give up. Don't go smaller than you can host Thanksgiving in, if hosting Thanksgiving is who you are. And don't buy a place with no yard at all if you've gardened for 40 years. People downsize their square footage and accidentally downsize their identity, and that's when they hate it. Smaller is the goal, small is not. This is the question that stops more people than any other, and I'm going to give you the answer nobody likes. For most retirees, sell first. Here's why. When you sell first, you know your exact number. You're not guessing at what your house is worth. You have a check. And when you go shop, you're a cash-strong buyer with no contingency, which in this market is worth real money on the price. You'll get a better deal, and you'll get taken seriously. The objection is always the same. Where do I live in between? Fair. 3 ways to handle it. 1, negotiate a lease back and rent your house back from the buyer for 30 to 60 days after closing. This happens constantly, and buyers usually say yes. 2, write a longer close, 45 or 60 days instead of 30, and use that runway to shop. 3, accept a short gap with family or a rental. It's uncomfortable for 6 weeks. It is not uncomfortable for 6 years. Now, when does buying first make sense? When you're paying cash and the money's already liquid. When you've found something genuinely rare, a single story in the exact neighborhood you want. And those don't come up often here. Or when you honestly cannot handle the stress of not knowing where you're going, and you have the financial cushion to eat 2 payments for a few months. That's a legitimate reason. Just be honest that you're buying peace of mind and it has a price. What I'd steer you away from is a bridge loan to make it work. If the only way the plan functions is borrowing against a house you haven't sold, the plan is too tight. Let's do real math instead of vague math. Start with your sale price. Off the top come commissions, and since the rules changed in 2024, what you pay the buyer's agent is fully negotiable and gets discussed up front, not assumed. Ask any agent you interview to walk you through their fee and what, if anything, you're offering a buyer's agent. If they get cagey about it, that tells you something. Then title and closing costs, the title policy, escrow fees, document prep, recording. In Texas, the seller customarily pays the owner's title policy, and that's a meaningful line item. Then property taxes. This one surprises people. Texas taxes are paid in arrears, so at closing you owe your share of the year up to your closing date. Sell in October and you're covering roughly 9 months. Then repairs from the inspection and whatever you spend getting it ready. Then your mortgage payoff, if you still have one, and get the actual payoff statement. The number on your statement isn't it because of interest through the payoff date. A rough working rule for Texas, budget 8 to 10% of the sale price for the whole stack before your mortgage payoff. On a $400,000 house, that's $32,000 to $40,000. If somebody quotes you 6 and stops talking, they're leaving things out. Any agent worth hiring will sit at your kitchen table and build you a written net sheet for free with no obligation. If you're even 3 years out, get one. You'll make better decisions with a real number than with the one in your head. So if you're sitting there thinking it might be time, you don't have to be ready. Most of the people I helped spent 2 or 3 years thinking about it before they ever picked up the phone. That's normal. I'm Debi Stoll with the Doorstep Home Group right here in Bryan-College Station. Call or text me at 979-229-8463. No pressure, no timeline, no list. Your doorstep to home starts here.